Basically, I'm living in Indonesia and Malaysia, so I don't think that I have much a problem for about the racism based on skin color. But I have seen one of the events where the racism of the skin color occurred at the private space, I would say.
Um, Not really, but I've seen my friend uh accept this kind of thing. Like we in Medan, there are certain places where most of them are like Chinese people or yeah. But there is this one time where I have my friend who is an Indian, and people give him look like who is this guy? Like what is he doing here? So when I see that, that is just very sad. So yeah.
Personally, no, I haven't like come across any colorism cases, but like from my first answer is usually like just what people's perceptions are towards different skin colors in the Malay race, which is like fairer is usually more attractive and darker skin is usually less attractive.
Hi, so do you face any colorism cases in your life or in your workplace?
No. Yes, I've faced several colorism cases in my workplace because my skin tone is slightly a bit more tan compared to other normal Malaysian Chinese. So many people mistaken me as a Malay people. So yeah, that is one of my cases.
So for the skin color discrimination is generally affected towards the darker skin color that occurs in every single part of the world, including America, Asia, and even Europe. So if I want to specify in Indonesia, so it is mostly addressed to the certain races or ethnicity that are living in the specific region, I'll call Papua, that affected by that because of some stereotyping happened in the past, and it is more about the identity, and I think it is the support of the support from the ethnicity, or maybe ethnicity at the region is not the main thing in Indonesia. I would guess like that.
Mm, Color discrimination is not something that is needed in this world. Like we can just live together happily in diversity.
Yeah. Discrimination is white skin and black skin. The people mostly like to take this white skin and white colors. If you're going to do something also, the people are taking the right one. So black one is mostly less people are don't like that black color. Mostly people don't like to take black color. This is the difference. My opinion is like mostly people is like white color, the white skin.
Firstly, like I personally don't discriminate against like the skin colors. It's just more of like what I think, where when I see like different skin colors among the Malays, like probably some people would just assume that like the fairer skin Malays are typically perceived to be like more attractive, as well as maybe like some people might think that they are from a well-off family, a richer family, whereas like darker skin Malays are more perceived to be like not like a well-off to do family, and sometimes like there's also in people's minds, like when we see darker skin Malays, they tend to be on like the more deviant side, or like always up to no good, or like the naughty kids, because back in those days, like the richer family or the well-off to do family, they usually tend to do less labor, therefore like hence the lighter skin, and the darker ones are usually the one working in the fields. So that's my outlook regarding skin color discrimination.
In my opinion, I think that the races that are affected more is the Malay and Indian, because their skin tone is slightly more tan and darker. Yeah, therefore they are slightly a bit more concerned, as they are more affected, I would say.
I think it's Chinese with darker skin because they are always mistaken as Malay.
My opinion is most affected is black color, because the mostly people like to take white color, so that is the difference is white and black color. So that black color less people, example mostly place cannot go, no allow to entry like school, college or shopping mall, or personally any attention for the function also people are bounded to take black. So that is the more effective black color. The white one anyway.
I never experienced this firsthand, but I think it does exist. There are hurtful jokes about dark skin being thrown here and there, plus the unfair beauty standard in terms of skin color. That's all. I think not much to the extent of discrimination like it does in the West.
Well, in Malaysia and Indonesia case, I think colorism is not really the issue. The main discrimination happened more due to the economic gap between the rich and poor. After all, we are all colored here in Malaysia and Indonesia. We have yellow people, brown people, and darker skinned people, and so we all colored. Yeah.
Colorism normally occurs toward an individual with darker skin due to the foolish perception that darker color being dirtier.
Well, people perception, if you have darker skin, means you are doing a labor work. You're exposed to the sun. That's why the skin become dark. So it associated when people doing the labor, so they are poor people. So this back to the basic that there is discrimination due to the rich and poor. Yeah. So I think this is the why darker people are being discriminated. Yeah, more because of economic reasons.